What the fuck was that?
Why you so upset, man?
I just witnessed one of the dumbest superhero deaths in fucking TV history, bro. Come on!
I need to hear your reaction.
All right, listen.
You're getting a bit off topic here, sir. All right.
Because that's the rule number one. Who's playing Monday night?
I don't even know. Listen.
Yeah, probably ain't that important. It's good, man. No, the big game's been played already. Bucks, Bills, Ravens, Chiefs, Tampa. You know. Yeah, no.
Listen, the last 4 years of the Denver Broncos all came flooding back yesterday evening when I had to watch that garbage of a game they played against the Raiders in Las Vegas. It was the exact same thing I've been watching since Peyton Manning left. And the only difference is
you said you're gonna give it 4 weeks. So what's the verdict here?
After 4 weeks, I've come to the conclusion that Nathaniel Hackett can't hack it. I'm not putting this on Russ because I'm looking at the offensive play that, for one, I don't think Russell Wilson is someone who could just say, hey, I don't like this call. I'm going to change it up. Yeah. I think very few quarterbacks have that authority, and Russell with a new coach isn't that. Peyton Manning didn't even have that with Gary Kubiak the first 4 games, and then Peyton was like, listen, stop. Let me be Peyton Manning. And then things start to happen. After 4 games, seeing a good defense, good special teams, and a bad offense, it's the same thing from last year and a couple of years before. Nathaniel Hackett, like I said a few seconds ago, can hack it as a coach. If your head coach has to hire another coach to teach him how to be a head coach, that's just a bad sign, for one. It's not a good look.
Well, he wouldn't be the first coach to have, to be fair to him. He would not be the first coach to have a clock manager, like a clock management coach.
It's more than that. It's
for him it's a little worse.
Hey, what should I do in this situation? Why are you asking me? You're the head coach. Like, if you want to be a coordinator,
that's the part, right? That's it.
Yeah,
that can't be it, bro.
And then I thought, okay, that'll relieve him of some of the pressure. He can go back to play calling sensible things. That's not happening.
Yeah,
he called is. I miss John Fox. It's that bad. I wish it was John Fox. John Fox will give you 3.5 quarters of good football, but if it's close in the end, he's going to mess it up. I'd rather watch that instead of 3.5 quarters of bad football and then half a quarter, everything's going on good cylinders and it gives me false hope. It sucks. I think this offense is worse than last year with Teddy Bridgewater, Drew Lock, and whoever else they threw out there. For one, why is Melvin Gordon still on the team? Dude fumbles every game in the worst situation.
Well, I just saw your running back towards ACL and LCL, so that is part of the reason.
Look, Melvin Gordon, if you're listening, I know what you did. I
know what you did.
He fumbled that ball and it got ran back for a touchdown. He was benched. They trotted out Mike Boone, who he was the third stringer. And listen, he's no Melvin Gordon, but and I was like, oh, okay, fine. Melvin Gordon is done. And then Devontae Williams tears his ACL and I guess an LCL.
LCL, yeah.
Too many letters. If you turn that many,
that's too many L's, man, to be tearing, bro. That's bad.
So I'm like, oh man, we're gonna have to keep Melvin Gordon, and he's not gonna fix his fumbling issue. Only thing I hope is that they call up Philip Lindsay and they bring him back just to make me feel better. But play calling is like, oh, screen to the left, that didn't work. Let me screen to the right. Oh man, that didn't work. Now it's 3rd and 20. I guess we'll throw it 5 yards and see what happens. Oh, now it's 3rd and 25. Well, good job, guys. Let's go ahead and punt it. It's like, that's what it was last year. And it's a new coach, new offensive coordinator, and it's the same thing. I don't know if he's nervous or what. It's disgusting to watch. That's it. I said it. It's gross. I watched it with my brother and my newest nephew, and
There's nothing worse than watching a bad football team be bad, man. It's
oh
terrible.
my
It
goodness,
is. It's
it's
bad.
and at this point, the defense is like, you know what? I don't think this is gonna work, and it's just all coming apart. Injuries, like man, not Cortland Sutton. Patrick Surtain II was doing a good job with I forget his name, Devontae Adams in the first half.
Yeah.
But it's just demoralizing, man. When
Well,
Melvin
it is
Gordon
what
keeps
people don't
fumbling and all
understand
this
that
stuff.
too. The effects of not having an offense on a defense, it does affect those players. It's
It does.
demoralizing to the guys on defense. It is, man.
Yeah.
Well, knowing you don't have a shot because your offense is inept, those players start to. People don't like to talk about it, but they don't play as hard. It's like, well, fuck it. I mean, we're not gonna fucking score anyway. It has a real effect. It does.
Yeah. And they've been doing this for so long. I know it's only Patrick Surtain's second season. The rest of the defense, they've seen this before. They're like, oh, we thought it's gonna be different. It's not gonna be different.
It's not
It's the
different.
same thing.
Yeah.
Last year was an old guy with Vic Fangio who just can't. I don't know what the hell. Now he got this Nathaniel Hackett. It's just, man, I've never been this. This is like this is like watching the Seattle Seahawks versus Broncos Super Bowl, except over 17 games. It's like, my gosh, it started off bad with losing to the Seahawks, and then it's just like, well, what the hell's going on, man? Is it going to change? And I still have hope, but I'm just telling myself that. Speaking of hope, how about all right? So who are you a fan of for this podcast?
Look, man, I'm a Falcon fan. Okay, I'm having fun with the Bills stuff, but the Bills are one of those teams I do watch. Like if the Falcons are playing, I go and watch the Bills.
Right.
So it's like an adoptive type situation. But no, I'm a fucking Falcon fan. Okay.
No. Okay.
And I'm having the opposite experience. I'm pleasantly surprised. These guys are competent. I watched the Atlanta Falcons kick the fucking Browns up and down the field for 15 rushing plays for a touchdown. Had never seen that from this football team. A physical ass whooping down the field for a score. I have not seen that from a Falcons coach football team since like Vic. It's been a long time since the Falcons straight up kicked somebody's ass.
Right.
Like that shit was dope. And then they closed it out with an interception. I was like, my God, what is happening here? Arthur Smith deserves a lot of credit. Arthur Smith is a funny character because he can kind of be a frustrating character because he can get frustrated with the Atlanta media. And I get where coaches are coming from. They don't want you to hold the franchise's history over their head. But what he has to understand is, brother, this is Atlanta, home of 28-3. Yeah. The media, they're just like the fans. We're all shell-shocked, man. We ain't buying into shit. So when we start seeing same old, the media types, they're absolutely going to question things. And that's pissing Arthur Smith off. He wants his coaching administration to stand on its own. But unfortunately, man, in this city, it's too much football trauma for that to be the thing, man.
Yeah.
So it's just like, I get where he's coming from, but at the same time, he kind of needs to understand where the media is coming from, where it's like, dog, you said you're going to come here and help this defense, like learn how to close games out, and you guys are going to get more physical on offense, and this, that, third. It's looking, last year, in my opinion, I thought was pretty good. But when old patterns start to arise, the media, they kind of go at the guy a little bit, and that pisses him off. Yeah. But no, man, this has been a pleasant surprise. Mariota, I've seen enough. That's the crazy part. We're 2-2 with Mariota. I've seen enough of that, man. I'm good.
Yeah.
No one told me he threw the ball like a 12-year-old. Like he throws the ball like a 12-year-old with like small hands trying to throw a big boy ball. And if he just takes a straight drop, he can't look down the field. It has to be a constant rollout for him to be able to scan the field. Like if you just do a standard 5-step drop, Mariota gets lost, and you can literally see it in his process to where his eyes aren't down the field on straight drops. His eyes start looking at the line of scrimmage, and he gets sacked. And then he's clumsy. He has some like a weird curse to where like every 10 snaps he'll fumble it or almost fumble it. And it's like what the fuck's happening with Mariota? Like, but other than that, look, it's been a fun season, man. We're 2-2. You know, if not for them fucking Saints, we've been 3-1. They look okay. I don't think they're a playoff team, but like I told you, they're rebuilding. So I'm just looking for progress. And man, I'm seeing it. I gotta be honest. They've closed 2 games in a row. Listen, that ain't something we do around here, okay?
Right.
I mean, they've shut the door on two straight teams with key defensive stops, man. And it's fun to watch. It's very, very fun. Like after Mariota's second fumble of the game yesterday, Arthur Smith was like, all right, well, fuck it. My quarterback's klutz, so we're gonna run the ball. And dude, I mean, like we legitimately took it to Cleveland. 15 straight running plays into the end zone. I was like, my God, I haven't been this invigorated watching the Falcons game in a very long time. This is nuts. So it's fun. It's fucking very fun. And listen, by the way, like I say, with the Broncos and you, listen, have you tried watching the Bills? They're real fun.
Nope.
Look, listen, I'm happy. I don't have to watch the Bills and feel some joy on Sunday right now anyway. But yeah, that's definitely the backup. All right. Listen, the Bills are fucking fun. Very, very fun.
Look, I want to be happy for you in the Falcons. I always cheer for the Falcons because it's like they're so far away. Like it's not going to hurt me to cheer for the Falcons. So I've always cheered for the Falcons.
Yeah. And that's also the thing with Buffalo too. Dude, it's AFC North. Who cares?
Right.
I mean, they're so far fucking away. Like it doesn't fucking matter.
Right. Yeah, I want to be happy, but I'm just not. Last year, 4 games in, I would have been just fine. But
I'm just not
like y'all are 2-2. Broncos are 2-2. But it's 2 completely different 2-2.
Yeah, it feels different. It does. It feels different.
Goodness. It's like
I'm questioning your coach's competence.
Yes.
Yeah. Like
he hired a coach to be a coach for him. And you shouldn't be a coach.
So who vetted this guy to be a head coach?
Oh, hey, he drew plays up for Aaron Rodgers and got him 2 MVPs. He must be pretty good.
Yeah.
I'm like, man,
got another head coach job, huh?
Huh?
Another Hall of Fame quarterback getting a head coach job, I see.
Yep. And I'm just like, man, so my biggest worry this season was the defense because we lost a lot of players and the coach. I'm like, that's going to be the 2 biggest problems. The defense, look, against the Raiders, I'm giving them a pass, man. Them 3 and outs suck.
Those 3 and outs suck bad, man. They do.
Yeah.
They're very demoralizing.
And I'm like, man, just watching this dude call plays, like Russell Wilson, he was, I think, like 10 of 11 for a touchdown, and he was rolling. And then, like, in the beginning of the 4th quarter, he was like 12 or 14. I'm like, what? Why'd you stop? Why'd you stop
throwing the ball?
It's like after Melvin Gordon fumbled and it got ran back for that touchdown, dude went in the fetal position. Like, I don't know. He just hit X on whatever Madden suggestions.
Oh,
it's not working out. It was completely different. It's Josh McDaniels, man. The dude's 0-3. The dude is 0-10. Like his last 10 games as a head coach.
Yeah.
He beats the Broncos. It's demoralizing and all that, but it's whatever.
He may not make it through the whole fucking season, bro. Like we're already in that territory. Like he may be going mid-season. It's bad. I won't lie. He's like, and the thing about it is, he's like all alone on an island of just clearly this dude's overmatched. And that's like you said, that's what Josh McDaniels out there in the league, right?
Yeah.
Like it sucks because like he stands out as being uniquely terrible.
Yeah, there's a lot of talent on the Raiders. There's a lot of talent on the Broncos, and they should both be better, and they're not.
There's a lot of talent on that fucking team, man. There's a lot of talent. That should be working.
Listen, if I were to root for the Bills, it's only because of Von Miller. Dude, still balling out.
Hey, you've got a connection. You do.
Listen, there's only a few players I root for after they leave the team. It was Brandon Marshall, Demaryius Thomas, Eric Decker, and Von Miller. And I'll root for them. I'm not going to root for the Bills. I'm just going to stop caring about football quicker.
Yeah,
and
I know that feeling too, though.
Yeah, that's all that's going to happen. But I'll root for the bad teams or the team that's usually are bad. Like the Jaguars, they're fun to watch. The Lions are fun to watch. Even though the Seahawks beat the Broncos the first game, I'm always up for Geno Smith to cook, apparently. I'm down with that.
Cook.
He's balling out this season. I don't know. Man, this is weird. All this, I'm trying to be. It all comes back to the Broncos disappointing me.
That's the way it is when your team sucks. Look, I came into the season expecting to suck, and I was gonna be okay with that. And I was like, well, I just watch the Bills on the side, to watch some good football. But as long as I was looking for I'm just looking for signs of improvement. These guys are fucking 2-2, could have been 3-1, and like, dude, like,
yeah,
some real improvements being shown here. It's like, fuck.
Yeah, I don't know what that's like. So, I know it's like it's been weird. A while.
It's weird, man. Arthur Smith, my 40-year-old coach who looks 65. He's
only 40.
He's only 40. Yo, you didn't know that? Arthur Smith's like 40 years old, bro.
I thought he was at least like 50 something.
Dude, no. Arthur Smith. Let me think. I think he's like 41.
So he's a young coach.
He's young as hell. Like he just looks like alcohol. Yeah, he's born in 82. He just looks old as fuck. Yeah, he just looks old as fuck.
One of my sisters was born in 82.
Dude, that dude looks he's got that gray hair syndrome, and he just looks like he's lived a hard life. He's fucking 42 years old, bro.
It's that media, apparently.
Man, I just
stressing him out.
His father is like the CEO of FedEx, like the founder of FedEx. He's like an uber rich motherfucker. This dude's a trust fund baby.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah. His father's the founder of FedEx. He's like the Arthur Smith. He's like the Arthur Blank of fucking FedEx. Like he founded the company.
Who's Arthur Blank?
Arthur Blank's our owner, Falcons owner. He owns.
With the slick back hair.
Yeah, he founded Home Depot. Yeah.
Really? Oh,
yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. He founded Home Depot.
Y'all owner looks like he is deep in the mob. Like,
yeah, he does.
Don't he wear pinstripe suits and all that?
He does wear pinstripes sometimes. He does look like a mafioso figure.
Man.
Yeah.
Hey, we got Walmart.
Yes, y'all have Walmart now. Yes, all the oligarchs are owning all the teams. That's what we're doing here, okay? Just all the fucking mega rich motherfuckers. They gonna own NFL teams. They got the capital to do it, so fuck it.
Yeah.
The thing with Arthur Blank Arthur Blank wants to win so fucking bad. He just doesn't quite know how. He knows how to put a good product on the field, like in spurts, but he can't seem to create this long-lasting culture. And I think part of the problem is him, because he keeps he hires the coach and the GM separately every time he hires. And that's the weird hiring practice in the world. It's like, dude, hire the GM, let the GM fucking hire the coach. No, he hires them both, and they both report to him. And it's like, well, you're probably creating some schisms here without thinking about it.
Right.
So that's the weird part about having Arthur Blank as an owner, but he cares a lot, man. And he's done a lot. He's done a lot of good around the city. Listen, that area that he built up around the Georgia Dome, like the Georgia Dome and having that new stadium, all that shit is dope. It's just, man.
But how many dog parks did he open?
After the big saga, he probably had to open a good bit. I'm sorry what he did, guys. I'm sorry what he did.
I'm sorry. Look, bring old Spot over, and he can look at him running the grass.
Bring him over this way. Y'all let him poop on the grass. We won't be mad at him.
I mean, hey, look. I'm done talking about the Broncos. I'm happy for y'all. 2-2. It's even if the Broncos were doing good, which I remind everybody they're not, I'm always for the chaos of we weren't expecting this. With Atlanta being decent, the Jets being competent, the
Yeah.
Jaguars, stuff like that. I'm all
Competent.
for
Yeah.
that. Uh
Yeah.
Pat Mahomes is still pissing me off. Like
Yeah. He's still a magic man.
I watched a whole game of him doing that against the Broncos a
He's
couple
so
years
fucking
ago.
dude. I'm so glad I'm not in your division.
It makes no
Oh my
sense.
god, dude.
It makes no sense. Like why are you still up and completing passes? Like he should have doubled the interceptions that he has now, but he just doesn't because
Yeah.
for whatever I don't know, maybe his equilibrium can't be affected by getting hit or spun around or something. It makes no sense.
It's
And
like we had Drew Brees at the height of his powers, and Drew Brees was a Hall of Famer. But like I was never like scared of Drew Brees. Like I just knew he was a good player and that, it was gonna take a good effort to beat him.
right,
I could not imagine having to play fucking Patrick Mahomes twice a season. Fuck that dude, man. Hey, this is
it's the worst part is Andy Reid and them. They're respectful.
yeah.
So we could run up the score on you Broncos, but we'll run the
They're not
ball.
even being assholes about it. Yeah.
It's like they they're like, oh well, the Broncos already lost by like 8 points against the Chiefs. It's like, yeah, we kind of let them lose by only 8 points. We could have busted their ass by another 24, but we ran the ball a couple more
We
times.
ran the ball late. We just want to get out of there healthy.
Like when it's a one-score game with the Chiefs and they're just sitting back celebrating either way, that's disrespectful because they know, like, look, they're like Golden State. Look, man, we can turn on anytime we want.
And it's like, okay, you can score right now, and then like all that means is that we have to come down the field and do some magical shit to score again. And do we really gotta keep doing that? Because you can't keep if we do that, you can't keep pace.
Yeah, and
They're like
I
the one team in the league. It's like, hey man, and then the Bills too when they get rolling. Hey
yeah,
man, we just run the fucking ball, try to keep that offense off the fucking field. Okay, that's the game plan. All right, don't fucking get if you score too fast, I'll punch you in the face. Listen, run the ball, keep the offense off the goddamn field. That's what we're doing. That's the game plan, and don't talk shit. If I catch you talking shit, I'm sitting you on the bench. Okay, we can't make these guys mad. I don't want to give them motivation. I don't want to see fucking Patrick Mahomes doing fucking alley hoops in the end zone. I don't want to see that shit. All right,
that
so
bastard.
be cool.
I'll say this last thing about the Broncos. I got so excited when they scored over 16 points in this last game.
Bad spot, bro. That's a bad spot to be in, bro. That's so bad.
They lost 16-17 to the Texans. Then they beat someone 16 or the something, and then they beat no, yeah. And the 49ers, they beat them 11-10. When they scored over 16 points, I'm like, oh, the offense is clicking. You know how crazy that sounds? You know how stupid that sounds? The offense is clicking out of the Broncos and scored over 16 points. Broncos, you made me look like a fool. And it's probably going to keep happening because I'm going to keep pumping in false hope. And there's nothing I can do about it at this point. But yeah, what is it? Week 4?
Hey, listen, bro. At least you don't have to watch fucking Marcus Mariota fucking take snaps. All right, listen.
That's a built-in excuse. That's a
Yeah,
built-in excuse. Oh, well, we got Mariota and he sucks. It's like, look,
yeah, he
Russell
fucking sucks.
Wilson does not
Yeah,
suck that bad.
that does, man. Yeah, hey, listen, it should be working better than what it is. Like you should be able to roll the ball out there and score 24 points.
Yeah, like,
Yeah,
man. But hey, it's whatever. Um, it's whatever. Well, all right. So y'all beat the Browns. What else happened in week 4? A lot of injuries. Didn't y'all lose somebody for a couple weeks?
we lost Cordell Patterson, but I mean he's 31 years old. He's a wide receiver playing running back. I didn't really expect for him to. I never expected 17 games out of Cordell Patterson.
Right.
If we can make it to the end of the season with him playing at least 12 games, I'll be fine. But other than that, no major injuries. That's it.
Man, how Felipe looking?
Felipe is like a third string tight end, bro. He does. He
Jeez.
barely plays. He barely plays.
Come on, you gotta get that Felipe Kyle Pitts connection
He's
going.
behind like Parker Hess and Anthony Ferguson. So I take it back. He's like the fourth string tight end.
Jeez. Oh, at least y'all use your tight ends.
Yeah, we use it. We use them, man. We do. This Arthur Smith offense is kind of fun. We use the fuck out of some tight ends.
Nathaniel Hackett, I don't know. I don't know if it's for player safety or what, but good luck going across the middle and catching a ball in this Broncos offense, because it ain't happening. You're not getting the ball if you're in the middle. You're either on the left or on the right. Like
you know what? Hey, I'll tell you something. That's Russell Wilson. I actually meant to share that with you on Twitter. There was a guy. I think PFF or somebody tracked that. That's Russell's kryptonite. He does not like the middle of the field. That's Russell Wilson. It was a trend in Seattle. So he falls in love with outside the numbers. And I misspoke. I say he fell in love with the deep ball. It's not necessarily the deep ball. It's anything outside the numbers.
Right.
So it's just like the middle of the field, he doesn't use it very well. He doesn't even really try.
He doesn't
really try. And that's been a thing since Seattle. I saw the article last week, in a matter of fact, on Twitter. I meant to send it to you because I was like, oh shit, I kind of didn't know that. I was like, all right, because I knew he loved to go deep, but like, no, he likes hitting outside the numbers. He likes out routes, deep cuts, things of that nature. And of course, the four verts or whatever, going down the field. He doesn't use the middle of the field. And right. I guess that's his height.
I mean, he's what, 6'1", 6'2"?
No, he's like 5'11".
Russell Wilson?
He's not 6'1". He's like 5'11".
Nah, he ain't that
short, bro. I promise. Hold on. I believe Russell Wilson's official height. I may have been generous, bro. It may have been 5'10".
He's not no 5'10", man.
Bro,
he's 5'11".
He's 5'11". Yeah, he's 5'11".
Oh, man.
Yeah, he's 5'11".
Sierra's so I think
it's his height. I think it's height related.
Put his wife in then.
Dude, you don't remember when he got drafted? They were talking about what a good thing it was for shorter players. And then, Kyler came in and then redefined what it meant to be short. We don't really call Russell Wilson short anymore, but he's not like a prototypical size. Like
I did not know he was that short.
Yeah, bro, he's 5'11". I'm glad I was right. I thought he's 5'10". I thought he was 5'10".
You might as well listen. If you're 5'11", you might as well be 5'10".
That's kind of true. I mean, that's listen. I'm 5'10". People call me 5'9" all the time. I don't really fight it that hard. It's like, yeah, I mean, it's fucking might as well be 5'9".
Yeah.
What am I doing? Yeah. So I think that's what's happening. I think his height is the reason he doesn't use the middle of the field. But my thing is, he's an athletic player, so why don't we move the pocket for him and get him on the move? And that way he can probably start utilizing some of that middle of the field type stuff. If height's the issue, the best way to kind of negate that is kind of move the pocket,
Right. I don't know. I mean, he was moving a little bit this past game. Like I said, the game started out well offensively, and then everything just stopped. Like after that fumble by Melvin Gordon, like everything was abandoned until
fucking Hackett got scared and was like, we're gonna try to run the clock out. Yeah, but they're still trying to score. Yeah, I know.
It's the third quarter and we're losing. You can't run the clock out that way. What are you doing?
Nathaniel, come on.
Nathaniel. KJ Hamler had a fit. He completed a pass to KJ Hamler for 55 yards. And I kid you not, I forgot KJ Hamler was on the team. I was like, oh man. Well, I knew he was on the team. I thought he was still hurt because I haven't seen him all game. That was his first catch of the season. It was 55. I'm like, why are they not using these people? But I did not know Russell Wilson was 5'11". So
5'11", dude. He's not tall, man. Not a big guy.
Damn. Baker Mayfield is taller than Russell Wilson.
I think Baker's like 5'11", same height.
You know,
Baker may be a little shorter.
I thought he was 6'1".
No, he said he was 6'1". I think his official height. I think it was like fucking 5'10".
All right, Google, what you got? Because I know Kyler Murray's 4'11".
Yeah. No matter what they say, yeah, he's
Yeah,
4'11".
and he runs like no Baker Mayfield
Okay, yeah,
6'1".
they got him listed at 6'1". I don't really believe that, but okay, we'll go with 6'1". Fine.
He's a slow 6'1", but he doesn't think he's slow, and that's the problem.
Hey, Kyler Murray's absolutely 4'10". Like,
Yeah,
come on, man.
but he's it's like watching Tom and Jerry when he's out there. He's just scatting around, and the way he holds the ball, I don't know how he holds on to the ball like that. It's like he's desperately trying to shake it out of his hand as he's running, and it does. I don't think he has a fumbling problem, and he
I don't think
scatters
so either.
around.
No. Yeah.
And but we'll see when the new Call of Duty comes out. But I think that's really the main stuff that happened. The Baltimore lost against the Bills, which was an interesting game. I don't know what happened that last play. Yeah, they could have kicked it for the points. I think they should have, but
Take the points, man. Teams are
but
getting too cute about this situation.
but Buddy was wide open in the end zone for a hot minute, and Lamar just didn't see him in the
Didn't
corner.
see him.
By the time he threw it, it was too late.
Yeah.
But John Harbaugh said, look, it was either that or they get the ball at the 2 and, we hold them there. But, they didn't hold them. So,
Yeah, the Bills are in that KC thing where
yeah,
dude, they can fucking really go. even if they struggle, they can like fucking turn it on, man, and they can get down the field quickly. And that quarterback's a goddamn magician. I mean, he's fucking Terminator / magician. Like, he's big as hell. And I wish he would stop taking on tacklers so often. Like, dude, I get it. You're not a small person, but the body is the body, and you keep get hit like that, it's gonna get yourself hurt. Oh, dude, speaking of which, we almost ignored the biggest story in the league.
Tua.
Yeah.
As soon as you said get yourself hurt, I'm like, oh,
Tua.
So they fired the doctor.
Yep, the independent neurological
doctor,
guy.
Which I'm not buying. I'm not putting it all on the doctor.
No.
I think that
there
was
were several missteps in that process, and it wasn't all just him.
I think it was a group effort to get him back on the field and ready for the next game. And I mean, it's not like you can take a blood test for a concussion. It's my word against who I'm talking to, and if they're coherent enough, they can say whatever.
They can fucking beat that shit. That's what I was telling a friend of mine, man. I was like, listen, what you gotta understand is these players know how to beat those tests. Like, they know how to beat those fucking concussion tests. And I'll be frank about it, I don't know how hard they are, right? I don't know if fucking NFL made it so you can't kind of beat it unless you're just out of it. My thing is, and I heard another radio guy say this, and to me, it just made too much sense. Dude, once you see a guy stumble like that twice, hey, man, you got to sit down. All right?
Yeah.
Dude, come on, man. I know what you're saying. Your head's not hurting. I get it. You're a fucking warrior and this, that, and the third, man. Hey, man, sit down. All right? You can't fucking play. And they got lucky that he didn't get injured too bad in that game. My biggest issue is they doubled down 3 days later, let him play on Thursday.
Yeah.
It's like, hey, man, what are you guys doing? And I think Dan Lebertard said it best. He was like, man, should that dude be playing today? Like, why is he playing today? Exactly, why is he playing? Like, do we have to? And
it's
unfortunately that happened.
Yeah, it's a terrible look. And hindsight and all that. You go back and look at the tape. Looking at it yesterday, and okay, so he got knocked out. I forget who he was playing. When he seized up, and it was obvious.
Oh boy, it was who? Damn, who was that? Oh, that was the Bengals. Yeah,
the Bengals. And I'm looking at the first game against the Bills where he actually got slammed to the ground.
Yep.
And his hands seized up for a little bit there as well. It was like he was going to grab his helmet, but for like a second and a half, they were just sitting in front of his helmet while he was on his back before he got himself up. And then he got himself up. The lineman had to help him to the line. And as the lineman is helping him to the line, he stumbles. He buckles.
Yeah.
like a boxer just got knocked out, and then I don't mean to laugh, but then it's like, oh yeah, he's coming back. I'm like, okay. Then and the NFL's like, oh, we're gonna launch a investigation. I don't know if it was the NFL or the NFLPA. They're like, all right, we need to look into this, and then oh, we didn't find anything. Like, well, I don't know what you expecting to find. And then this happens. He completely gets obliterated. He didn't get hit hard. He just
he that backside that the backside of that tackle was a little bit violent because he's a small dude.
yeah.
So yeah, he landed so bad. Oh, it's a bad landing.
Yeah, and that looked terrible. But yeah, they said look, he's still in concussion protocols. They are ruling him out for the next game, which makes sense. But we haven't really seen much from him since then. You know, I'm not on social media, but usually there's I'm doing all right or something like that. So I hope it's not worse than well, I hope it's not bad. I hope it's not career ending or life ending for him.
Yeah, I hope it's not, but I don't think we're gonna see that guy play again this year. With some of the terms and legalities being tossed around,
right?
Man, you can't risk it. You can't risk it. That guy got to sit the rest of the fucking year.
Yeah, he's definitely got to sit for a while.
Yeah, he's got to sit for a while, man. He's got to sit for a while. It's unfortunate, but just you gotta let your brain. I believe. What's his name? After he's a boxer, Pacquiao. Like his trainer wouldn't let him fight the rest of the year after a match.
Right.
It's like, dude, you gotta let your brain chill, man. Nah, ain't no fighting for a while. You're good, you know.
Yeah.
And I think that's a good policy, man. In the NFL, unfortunately, that's impossible because of the nature of the sport. But like when you suffer those obvious like brain injuries, dude, you gotta sit down. Like we can't risk it. You know, it's gonna take something really bad on the field for that to get that way, and I hope that doesn't happen. But we keep flirting with it, you know.
I mean, that's usually how it goes. It usually has to boil over before, at least with football and basketball. I'm not going to get into baseball. Stupid ass sport. But before they're like, okay, we need to really assess this. But I mean, there's all you can do is treat what happens. There's not really much you can do to prevent it. So actually the Bills game, he was slammed down to the ground after the ball came out. I know you're not supposed to put all your weight on top of the quarterback when you go down, but that might be something they might have to implement is look, if the ball, I know they're paying the quarterback a lot, but it's for a reason. But hey, listen, you can't just slam him to the ground because you didn't get to him quick enough.
Landing in this case, landing on Tua would have been much healthier for his brain than doing what happened, which was slinging that man to the ground, having him bump the back of his head. Like, damn.
Yeah. Or had them in them big ass helmets they had in practice.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, I hope he's good. I got excited for the Dolphins. I didn't think Tua could lead that team that well, but look, I honestly believe every quarterback is capable of being decent to good in the NFL if you surround them with the right personnel.
The situation really does matter. Yeah.
Like with Lamar, they brought in a guy who, like, okay, you're a dual threat. You're more on the run side. We're bringing in a guy who specializes in that, and he's thriving in that situation. Same thing with Josh Allen. Like, if you do that, I think most of your quarterbacks can be successful, and I think that's what happened with Tua. I forget the guy who was there before, but he clearly wasn't pro Tua. You know, switching back and forth.
He wasn't. The rumor has it that he wasn't really. That wasn't really his guy.
Yeah, switching back and forth with him and Fitzpatrick, and basically really wanting Deshaun Watson there, but them saying no because like you need to settle with all these women first.
You got to settle with your 35 3,500 women,
Yeah.
Deshaun, before we
Yeah,
can,
before we can make this trade. Otherwise, it won't feel right. It's like, okay, calm down.
Yeah.
But listen, even with the guy, I forget the guy's name who left, the coach. Like, man, look, Miami, a lot of weird stuff, a lot of Washington Redskins football team commander stuff has been going on in Miami the last decade or so. Whether it's
Yeah.
a coach snorting cocaine
Oh boy, I forgot about that one. Yeah.
or what the hey, lose these games on purpose and tanking and all this. Like
They've
it's
been a bit
just
of a train wreck for a while.
yeah, and now this like
Now
come on,
this.
he shouldn't have been out there in the same game, and he shouldn't have been out there
He should have
3
been
to
out
4
there.
games
Yeah,
later.
you shouldn't have put him back out there Sunday, man. You got
Yeah.
away with it.
And
Then
then
you
you
paid for it
fire the
on
doctor,
Thursday.
and it's like, come on now, come on, man.
They have absolutely in everyone's so kind of caught up in Washington ineptitude. Miami's been like quietly down south, like sucking real bad.
Yeah, and then oh man, Washington, that stuff's still going on. Oh, and then Brett Favre, my goodness, forgot about Brett Favre. We didn't bring that up. This fucking guy.
It's so much. Look, I'm glad you brought up Brett Favre because I did not want to get accused, even though we're not even like media. But people will accuse you. Why ain't nobody talking about Brett Favre? It's like every time I look up, somebody's talking about Brett Favre. What the fuck are you talking about?
Yeah. Okay, so that's one thing. That's another thing I don't get. Well, I get it, and it's just annoying. I'll say that. It's no one's talking about so-and-so. Listen, you're just not watching those channels.
You're just not watching. That's all. Yeah, come on.
It's like like ESPN even sends out update on Brett Favre. I'm like, I don't listen.
They do it all the time. Yeah, it's always like a troll or some shit. Like it's always come on, man.
Yeah, it's like when new information comes out, they put it out.
The biggest factor in the Brett Favre stuff is this: the guy hadn't played an active football game in goddamn 12 fucking years.
Right.
I mean, listen, I'm sure if Brett Favre was an active quarterback taking welfare funds from the state of Mississippi, it would be way hotter than it is. But the bottom line is, right now, he's just some guy that played in the league. It's not an active sports story. And when people pretend it is, it's being disingenuous. Like, come on. The guy doesn't play anymore. Come on. If you put Brett Favre on my TV screen, I'll shrug. But the bottom line is, he's not going to be on my TV screen again on the next Sunday because he doesn't play anymore.
Right.
The Michael Vick stuff was such a huge topic because that guy was playing every week.
Yeah.
It's like,
he's second MVP boy.
If we see your face every fucking week, we gotta talk about you a lot.
Yeah.
Fucking nuts, man.
But I mean, listen, I understand we're supposed to what they did on the field and off the field separate, but I don't know, man. I think it was Bart and Hahn. They had a conversation about when Serena was retiring. They talking about the Mount Rushmore of the last 25 years of athletes. Who would you put up there? And it was like Serena, LeBron, Tiger, and it was always who's the fourth spot? Well, it's usually all right, LeBron in the fourth spot. Who would you put up there? And a lot of people calling and saying Floyd Mayweather. And I'm like, for one, I'm not that big on Floyd Mayweather. To me, he ducked a lot of look, dude's a genius boxing. I watched his fight. That Dan Mosley fight, I'm like, okay, I get it. Cause he got busted one round and then he's like, all right, I'm gonna actually fight this dude. And then that you see Martin's face when he was lumped up. That's what Shane Mosley's face looked like by the end of that fight. It's like, okay, Floyd's just playing with these dudes for the money.
He was great, yeah.
But I'm like, man, as much as he beats up on these dudes, he also beats up on, like his girlfriends and stuff. I'm like, I can't put that guy on any Mount Rushmore because his off the field stuff is wild to me. And I'm starting to lean towards not separating let's just do what they did on the field and leave the off-field stuff separate when they go in the Hall of Fame or anything like that. For me, that is getting harder and harder to do because there's plenty of athletes that don't do anything off the field, and the stuff they do off the field is great work. Like LeBron's opening up schools and stuff. Look, as crazy as Kyrie seems. Dude does a lot in Africa and
He
a whole
does
bunch of other
a
places.
lot of good stuff. He's just a nutcase.
Yeah.
He's an annoyance, right? Like we have to learn how to separate. Is what they took the TO stuff personally. You gotta learn to separate annoyances from like bad guy. Like Brett Favre, bad dude.
Yeah.
TO, annoying dude. They are not the same.
Yeah.
Okay? That is not the same.
Made that man wait 3 years getting Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
Because he did push-ups in his driveway. That's it. Brett Favre sending dick pics to people, like reporters and shit. Like,
sending dick pics, and stealing from fucking the poorest members of the poorest state in the country. Like, goddamn, dude.
Yeah, and it's like, come on, man. But hey, there's other factors that go into that as well. Not going to get into. But
look, we know that's absolutely a factor, right? Especially with T.O. Like that's absolutely, Now with that being said, there is one particular name out there that doesn't fit our narrative. He did something, and ain't nobody talking about throwing him out of Hall of Fame. Okay.
Yeah. Hey, 2 somethings, man. People forget it wasn't just one. Listen.
Yeah. I don't know who he knows. I'm not gonna name this guy because apparently the guy's dangerous. All right.
Right.
I'm not gonna name the guy, but he's done some stuff. He got away with it.
Listen, he's not the only one who's allegedly and still in.
Yeah. Well, hold on, wait a minute. Who are you talking about?
Listen,
I'm talking about OJ.
You talking about OJ?
I'm not talking about.
Oh,
OJ.
you're not?
No.
No. Wait.
No. I'm not. All right. I'm talking about Harvin. I'm talking about Harvin Marison. All right. He who shall not.
No. It wasn't him. It was a magical gun.
Yeah, listen.
It's a teleport magical gun. Look,
listen. The Harvin Marison got bodies. Okay. Listen. But yeah, he's in the Hall of Fame still. So ultimately here's this, and it's so stupid. It's sins against sport versus regular sin. Right. For some reason, we can deal with regular sin. We can't deal with sins against sport. And that's an odd moral conundrum.
Right.
Yeah. Have we seen anybody get thrown from the Hall of Fame? Oh, I'm sorry. Reggie Bush, they took his Heisman trophy because his mom got an apartment back when he was giving USC all that free labor.
Right.
He's a bad person. Like
right.
Shit like that. Like that's the kind of dumb shit our sports culture like generates.
Yeah. And look, I'm not saying either way, but what was Joe Paterno in the Sandusky case?
Yeah.
They took the wins away, got that man killed. That dude heart was broken, killed the man, and they're like, oh man, we killed him. You can have the wins back. Like, come on.
It's like he's dead, it's too late.
It's like, what do you okay, so all right, we're getting a bit off topic. Listen, this is another thing I don't like. If you want to retire Bill Russell's number, do it when he's alive. Don't wait till he dies and then do it. Because that's fucking stupid to me.
Yeah, it is fucking stupid. Especially Bill Russell.
Yeah. I thought when Kobe died, we were all for give them the roses while they're alive. And then that lasted like a year.
Well, people often talk that way. They don't fucking mean it. Because look, unfortunately, life gets in the way, and you just kind of,
I mean, yeah, but listen,
but in the case of Bill Russell, that's not really an excuse because he lived to be a very old man. In Kobe's case, I got it because a very young man, you just don't expect to die. Right. Bill Russell was fucking damn near 90 years old. Come on.
Right. Yeah.
He should have had his jersey retired league wide a long time ago.
Yeah. Like wait for someone to die and then celebrate. Look, I get funerals and all that. I'm not for funerals and all that. When I'm dead, I'm not gonna that's not for me. That's for y'all.
Yeah, that's to make you feel better. That ain't for me. I'm out of here.
So I'm like, listen, if you want to give these people their roses, do it while they're alive. Like ESPN or no, TNT had a segment because after Kobe died, they're like, oh, we should give roses to people alive. And it was Dwayne Wade and like 3 other people. I think it was like their Tuesday lineup. They would do a segment of giving the roses to the people that's still, either in the league or out. And not gonna lie, it felt weird. It did feel weird, but I'm okay with it feeling
It felt weird.
if if eventually we got to a point where it didn't feel weird.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
wait until someone in the past to say, "Oh, we appreciate what you did." It's like, well,
Especially when that person's a really old and obvious giant in the game, a la Kareem Abdul-Jabbar,
right,
right? Like these are obvious giants here, right?
right,
These are obvious monuments to basketball.
right.
Like, it shouldn't take the guy dying for you to, spill your guts about him.
Yeah, and to be honest, I'm starting to see it more. Like with James Earl Jones, they named a theater after him. I think it's a Broadway theater. I think it's one of the ones he first performed at or something like that. And they renamed it. Apparently, it's a big one. I don't know none of these theaters. But they named it after him. It's like, hey, we appreciate lifelong and all that. Darth Vader, hey, Mufasa, Sandlot. So stuff like that. Appreciate it. I'm not counting the Walk of Fame, Hollywood Star Walk of Fame, because I'm pretty sure you just pay for one of those and then you get your star and cement and some dirty street somewhere. But legit things. I'm all for it. But hopefully that stuff keeps going. But yeah. What are we talking about? Talking about we went to Brett Favre, dick picking and stealing from Mississippi. And yeah, I was talking about old two knees, I call them. One knee is to protest, two knees is to pray. Ray Lewis is who I was talking about. Who allegedly did a thing, but was found, hey, no, I didn't, type of deal. And if you can't tell, I'm kind of just talking, filibustering, because I noticed certain mic is muted. So, but yeah, Ray Lewis is who I was talking about.
My mic's not muted.
It was. It showed it on Zoom. It was muted.
Oh, my bad. Yeah, no. Okay, so Ray Lewis, to be fair, I don't think he did it. I just think he knows who did it. And he's like, listen, if I tell you that they did it, then they gonna know that I told you that they did it, and I'm not with that. So I'm just not gonna tell you who did it. I'm sorry.
Right.
That's what I think happened with Ray Lewis. I don't think he actually did anything, but I do think he knows who did it.
Right. Ray Lewis just comes off as fake to me, man.
Oh, he's phony as hell. Oh, yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Tried as hell.
Like, man, you're just on all the time, huh?
Yeah, he's just and look, I hate people like that. You just on all the time. It's like, dude, come on, knock it off. Can you be a real person for a second? Just be a regular person.
Yeah.
Interact with me like a regular person. Like, don't put on I'm not interested in the character.
Right. Yeah. And yeah, that's who I was talking about. But I forgot all about
Harvin Marison.
I forgot all about Harvin Maris and his magical gun. But yeah, man, to me it's starting to get weird. But I don't think it'll ever happen. Taking someone out of a hall for
no, I don't. You have to do something real heinous. You gotta do some real fucking heinous shit. And even that being
like
said,
what? I mean, because
like kill your wife and her boyfriend, yeah, like something like that.
Right? Yeah.
Fucking almost chop her head off. Yeah, then run away in the Bronco. maybe had he shot a cop, that would have been the thing that got him out of there. Had he shot a cop too, like that'd have been the thing that gets him out.
I don't know, man. He ran for 2,000 yards, man.
Yeah, 14, I know.
14 game season. That's that.
I know.
They might have to change his name or something, but that stuff's not leaving the hall. He's the first one to do it, and he did it in 14 games.
Did 14 games, yeah.
So, Yeah, well, only thing they can do now is get him out before you know, before those 5 years are up and he becomes eligible, I guess.
Yeah. I, I don't know what you'd have to do, honestly. Now, what I got another question though. What does this guy have to do to get in at this point? Because I don't think he's gonna get in now. Antonio Brown, what does he have to do to get in? Because I think he may be fucked.
He had to date Jennifer Lopez for a couple years.
Okay.
And just stay in the positive spotlight, like a certain player who roided up multiple times, admitted
to
lot
about it, threatened people about it. Yep.
Sued both sides.
Yep.
And he has to be in the spotlight in a positive way for a few years.
At least a few years. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Because he's not coming back to the league. Even though I'm sure Tom Brady will be fine with it, with what's going on over there. But he's not come back to the league. He definitely should be in the Hall of Fame in 5 years, first ballot, but he won't.
He should, but he won't. Yeah.
And
he should, but he won't.
It's going to be a while. If he doesn't do that, if he doesn't present like he cares, because he clearly act like he doesn't. I really don't think he does care. He just, it's going to be a while, but he will eventually get in. He just may be real old when it happens.
Yeah.
And, but hey, baseball let a known steroid user in, so who knows?
Who's a known steroid? Oh, Big Papi. Yeah.
First of all, I'm not calling another man Big Papi. His name is David Ortiz. Man,
I won't lie, it felt weird when I said it. It did. That's the first thing that came to my mind. So it was like, oh yeah, David Ortiz. Yeah, Big Papi. Yeah.
Listen, yeah. I may get canceled for this if that's still a thing. But listen, I'm like, I don't think he's gonna get in. And then something happened after he retired. And I'm like, oh, he's definitely getting in now.
What happened?
He almost got assassinated.
Oh shit. Oh fuck, he did.
When he almost got killed in his home country, I like, oh, he's going in the Hall of Fame. Like, there's no way they're not letting him in because everybody loves him, and it's just he did it the right way. Where Bonds, who never actually popped hot, or Roger Clemens were just negative and hey, f you to everybody. He's like, oh man, yeah, my bad. I don't know what happened, but I'll make up for it. Blah blah blah. Oh man, I almost died. Helped it. And then they're like, you know what? First ballot, here you go. So who knows? I'm baseball. Didn't really want to get on baseball. But yeah, AB, he'll get in eventually. It may be 10, 15 years down the road, but I mean, you know what? I don't know anymore. To be honest, I don't know if he'll get in because 10, 15 years down the road, the records that he have probably won't look as good. The way they pass the ball so much and things like that. Because that's like with Shannon Sharp. When they did the 100 players thing, and Shannon Sharp didn't make the tight end list, it's because by the time they did it, like he was the first.
The game had changed by the time they did it.
The game had changed so much that his records was like, well, so many people have done it since you. Yeah. Like, hold on, man. I was the first. Like, yeah, Tony Gonzalez did it after me, or around the same time, but also after.
But I don't care about any of that shit because sometimes, man, when a guy does something in his time, he belongs to be there forever. And in my opinion, Shannon Sharp belongs in that top group of tight ends forever.
Yeah.
Game's changing so much that of course, a lot of tight ends are gonna pass his numbers, but that won't be equal impact,
Yeah. Yeah. So it might be that effect. By the time he gets seriously considered, public persona and all that, then it might be too late. And to be honest, if it were up to me, I'd put Vic in the Hall of Fame for the short impact that he had.
Yeah, man, very impactful. Yeah.
Was wild. It was nuts. But if I put him in, I'd also put Randall Cunningham in because I think he had similar effect. It's just
Michael came along at a time where it was more normal, acceptable to have that skill set. Yeah.
Yeah. Randall was like, oh man, what's this guy doing? Like, but it was exciting. But then Vic was like, no, check this out. And then now it's kind of normal. Like with
now you damn near can't play the game in this league if you can't move.
Yeah.
No one's asking you to be Vic, but like you got to be able to move.
Yeah. Yeah. Cam Newton did it, got himself an MVP. Kaepernick for a while, and Lamar and Josh Allen now. It's just and it was wild because like Joe Montana I think it was Joe, either Joe or Steve Young. It was like, oh man, this dude runs a lot. It's like,
I think it was Steve Young.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's like, hey, nah, it's not. It could be so much better. And this is what we got now. Now we got it was wild. Like for a while, it was, oh, you're a mobile quarterback. I don't know if I want that. Now it's, hey, let's get us a mobile quarterback. It's more normal now and accepted. Like 10, 15 years ago, it wasn't really that accepted. It was
it really wasn't. It was still seen as a novelty.
It was seen as a novelty and reserved for black people.
Yes. Yes.
And then I don't want to say Tim Tebow kind of made it look better, but
but you did need a paler face embracing that style of play, even though it was nowhere near as effective as the other folks. Yeah.
Man,
but it did take a paler face to have a similar skill set. And then all of a sudden people act like it's brand new. Oh man, this mobility this guy brings to the position is revolutionary. It's like, excuse me? Me? That was a young man by the name of Cordell Stewart.
That's it. Yeah, he was pissed. Oh man, he was pissed.
Kidding me?
He's like, man, y'all praising this dude. He's not even as good as me. And
he's not even as good as fucking Slash. This is nonsense.
Yeah.
You guys are acting like it's a brand new thing. Guys running at the position. Fuck you, man. Fuck you.
Tim Tebow was a terrible quarterback for 3 quarters, 3 3/4 of
a playoff game.
Of a whole game. He was only good in the last 2 drives. I saw that man win a game throwing only 6 passes and only completing 2.
Oh,
they won the game. I was like, what is going on?
Timothy Tebow.
That dude completed 2 passes, finished with like 56 yards and a touchdown.
The power of love, okay?
Hey, yeah, love and higher power, I guess.
Yeah.
Man, I used to go back and watch the Pittsburgh game from the playoffs to make myself feel better.
That game was so remarkable, bro. That game, I'll never understand that game. I'll never get it.
The more I watch that, I'm like, wow, he's really bad at quarterback.
He's really bad. Yeah, he was really bad.
He maybe completed 50% of his passes, and it took him 6 seconds to wind up and throw.
Yeah.
I'm like, just one busted coverage is all it took, and Marius Thomas took it. But man, going back, I'm like, every time I watch it, I'm like, man, this dude really sucks.
It was bad, bro. His delivery, his wind up, the whole thing. Yeah. The mechanics of watching Tim Tebow throw a football, not good.
Not at all. And he was left-handed.
He was left-handed.
Man,
Let me cock this motherfucker back to South Florida, and let me take 20 whole seconds and release it. And when I do, it may hit his target. I don't know.
Marius, I'm throwing it to you right now. Oh, man, how they intercept that? How they know?
Oh, man.
I don't know what happened there. But, hey, you got a playoff win.
But that guy also won 2 national championships.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah.
Yes, he did. And, well, I don't want
to. What's that?
He has some questionable teammates on
that murder team you guys had down there. Yeah. That murder team. Yeah.
Urban Meyer. Oh my goodness.
That team was so felonious that Urban Meyer developed brain cancer. Okay.
He said, I can't do it.
I've got brain cancer. I got to get the fuck out of here. All right.
If I don't have the shield of Tebow for everyone to look at instead of
This is
clearly these
bad.
other people,
Yeah, yeah. This is
I
fucking bad.
I can't do. I'm too sick. Cough, cough. I gotta stop
Aaron
smoking.
Hernandez did what? Like, oh God, Jesus Christ.
Tebow, did you talk to him? It's like,
Oh
oh
boy.
man, I can't coach
Yeah,
anymore. Oh wait,
that
you want me to
team,
go to
man, that
where?
team. Percy Harvin punched the coach on that team. Okay,
Yeah.
listen, that team was. Hey, listen, boy, you guys got that team straight at fucking Gainesville County Correctional Facilities. Fuck.
Man, that's how it was back then. Listen, let's not get into Miami. Look, look, them days.
Yeah, those days, hey, you can't field a football team like that no more. It's too much media going around. You can't have a team like that right now. It'll be called.
Hey, Baylor tried. Baylor had a racket.
Yeah.
How they still have a football program is beyond me.
Yeah, yeah.
Them dudes are just. It was like berserk out there. And then the cover-ups. Oh my goodness, that stuff is wild. I thought, if I were to be alive and ever see a team get a death penalty, it would be Baylor. But nope, it's Texas. They don't. You're not quitting on football in Texas.
We're not quitting on football. All right.
But hey, we get
the show must go on.
Yeah, but hey, Stu Goss gets to put them in hell once a week. So
put them in hell once a week. Yeah.
And what happened to the sleazeball who banging people in the restaurants?
No, that's basketball. That's the vampire. That's what Levtar show. Yeah, fucking right. Italian mafioso vampire.
Petrino? No. Patino?
Patino. Rick Patino.
Oh man, yeah, that's
Rick it. Patino.
Yeah. He had a brother who coached football, right?
Does he?
Yeah, it was. Was that? Yeah, it was. And his brother coached football. It was a weird setup, man.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, them days. You saw what them kids doing with Herm Edwards, right?
Yeah, the Herm Edwards situation, that was fucking odd.
Listen, them kids ain't playing no more.
They got more power, they got more say so. You're not gonna treat them like shit.
Yeah. So at first, I don't remember who it was, but Tennessee was about to hire somebody. And then the football team and the whole school was like, nah, no, you're not hiring that guy. He just got out of a scandal.
Yeah.
And then they were like, oh, I guess.
No, it wasn't Tennessee.
I thought it was an orange team.
It was. They were trying to Rouse. It was fuck. What's fuck. Who tried to hire Art Browse just this year?
No, it wasn't this year. It was a few years ago.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I was about to say, somebody tried to rehire Art Browse. It was like, what? No, get the fuck out of here. I thought it was Hugh Jackson. Hugh Jackson tried to hire Art Browse.
Oh,
that's fucking funny.
Hugh Jackson, the guy who said I'll jump in a lake of fire.
Yeah, Hugh Jackson. Hey, the guy that say, yeah, they also made me tank too. Like, hey, fuck you. You just suck, Hugh Jackson. Fuck you.
You won 2 games in 2 seasons. What are you talking about?
Say, yeah, they made me tank too. That's why I was losing all them games. Like, fuck you.
Hugh Jackson, he is the corporate man. That's what he is. And he's the certain kind of corporate man that these corporate people like to keep around. Is hey, he'll do it. You know, that's what it is. Hey, Hugh, go.
Hey, he'll do it.
Go tell Colin Kaepernick he can come here and work out for the NFL. Colin Kaepernick like, I don't know, man. That's Hugh Jackson. Hugh Jackson like, look, man, we gave him a shot and he didn't want to come out and do it. Like, that's Hugh. Hey, Hugh, go out and do the thing. He's like, all right, put the check in the mail and I got you. Yeah, I was tanking too. Sound good, guys? Yeah? All right, yeah. Hey, Hugh Jackson, what are you doing? 2 games in 2 seasons, and you won 2 games in one of those seasons. That's not good.
Jesus. Yeah.
But yeah, that's football, man. It's
that's
it's wild. Oh man. So yeah, week 4, NFL. That's what we were talking about. Week 5, the Broncos played Thursday night. They played the Colts. Whatever.
You
It's
guys
at
got to
that
turn around
point
and play
now.
Thursday, huh? Shit. I mean,
Yeah.
well, listen, the Colts are a train wreck. Matt Ryan ain't been very good. He's getting sacked all over the place. So, good luck, I guess.
I'm at that point. I'm at the point that I was at the beginning of the last 4 seasons. I didn't think I would. You know what? No. I'm gonna hold on for one more game. As long as we stay above 500. Yes, I'm saying we, because I spent over $100 on merchandise. As long as we stay over 500, I'm gonna keep hope alive. I'm gonna stay
Yeah,
positive about it.
yeah,
But
and that's fair. And that's
yeah,
fair. As long as you're over 500, you got a chance to turn the ship around, even if you're struggling. So,
yeah. And it's the Colts. They're struggling. It's Thursday night. Hopefully, you know what? No, it's going to be good. It's going to end well. Who y'all play next? Y'all, as in
I
the Falcons.
man, I'd have to go. Let's see, Falcons schedule. Uh, duh, 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 duh. We play. Oh boy. Well, you know what? We play Tampa, and I'm not really afraid. You know, the old man normally wins these games, so whatever. But I don't feel like they're not some unbeatable force, so whatever.
Yeah, their defense. I don't know. It's a weird. It's been a weird season. Things that should be just aren't. Um,
Yeah.
it's been
Like,
a
listen,
weird.
I expected the Saints defense to be good. Man, so far they've been incredibly average,
Well,
and
so I put them in a boat as like the Broncos have been for the last few years. Good the defense is good, but like it's dude's got a broken back, laces
he's got a
surgery,
he's
sucking
got
on
a
his fingers.
broken back, dude. He's like, yeah, I'm gonna play. Yeah, hey, sit down.
But the doctor said it can't get any worse.
No,
What?
no, you made me.
That doctor needs to be fired. That's the one
That
that should
fucking
have been
guy needs to
fired.
be fired. Oh man,
Oh, how'd you hurt your back playing football? Well, good thing. It's not
it
gonna
can't
make it
get any
worse.
worse.
All right, sounds
Oh,
good, coach. Put me in. But
God
you
damn.
weren't good when you were in. Like, yeah. So yeah. So yeah. So yeah. You talked me out of it, even if you really didn't. I'm back on the Broncos. It's gonna be good. Von Miller's doing good with the Bills, so that motivates me. I'm all for it. Go Broncos. I'm not gonna say what Russell says because I think that's stupid, but yeah.
He's so fucking corny. God
That
damn.
dude is so corny.
Ah,
And it's sad. It makes it worse that he's 5'11. I don't know why, but it makes it worse for me that he's 5'11 in that corner. Now, listen, I'm not. I've never been 5'11. Never gotten close to that. But the fact that he's that short for a quarterback, it just, to me, okay, it just
you
makes
did
more
not know.
sense.
That changed your perception too. That's
It
funny, man.
does.
You didn't
It
know.
I thought he was like 6'1", 6'2". I thought he was
No, dude.
taller than Baker. I
He's a
thought he
short dude.
was I thought he was the old short quarterback of 6'1", 6'2", that's
Six
short.
one, 6.5. Yeah,
No,
yeah.
he and Kimball Walker are the same height.
Yeah, bro.
That's
He's
wild.
not a tall guy.
That's funny. It
He's an
makes more
inch
sense.
taller than me, and I'm not tall.
Wow. That's what I needed to hear apparently. Because I'm
Yeah.
good. I'm good again. I am good to go.
Oh boy.
Yeah. All right. Anything else you got to add about week 4?
No, man. I think that about covers it.
All right, man. Well, all right, yeah. Y'all take it easy.
You guys take it easy.